Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in North Philadelphia. We are going to be doing a tour of the Nicetown hood at nighttime. I'm going to make a left coming up. I'm going to try to enter Nicetown from where the sign that says Nicetown is at. It says welcome to Nicetown. We're on Wingahocken, Broad and Wingahocken. We're traveling northbound on Broad Street. We got a whole bunch of homies on my right hand side, right in front of the Soul restaurant, ice cold beer. See several homies chilling. One of them even has a hoodie on. I'm unsure why, because it's beautiful weather today. All right, whatever floats your boat, right, buddy? I'm gonna make this left hand turn coming up right here. We got Cortlandt Street on my right. We got Belfield Ave on my left. Make this left over here on Cortlandt. I'm gonna try to enter from Germantown. Make this left hand turn right here on Cortlandt. Yeah, this is about right. Perfect. All right, we're on Cortlandt and Carlisle Street. Now, if you see a slight jitter and a slight vibration in the camera, we got a boot on the left hand side. You see it? That is because I have the camera on a more fixed position. It's set on like a 50 millimeter frame. You guys notice you don't see my fender blind spot mirror. When you see that fender blind spot mirror, that's because I got it set on an extreme wide angle. We're passing 15th Street, 4500 block of 15th Street. We got Cortlandt Grocery on my right, but it's closed because it's nighttime. We just passed Hicks Street. We just passed Sydenham Street. I can make a left and right through all of these blocks, but I'm gonna go to where that Nicetown sign is at, and then we'll start from around there. We're at 16th and Cortlandt. On my right hand side, we got a large park, field, playground, basketball courts. Passing Smedley. Now, 2020, Nicetown had the #1 rank for being the worst neighborhood in Philadelphia out of the top 10. In 2021, it lost its place in #1. We're passing 17th Street, 17th and Cortlandt. And I think now it's like on number, I don't know, what is it, 5, 6? I don't know, it's still on top 10, but it's not #1 no more. Fair Hill's in #1. Fair Hill took the #1 spot. We're passing the 4500 block of Bouvier. We got the 75 bus stop on my right. We got a development opportunity on my right hand side. A huge lot for sale. 2 dudes on my left hanging out. There's a lot on my right. It's huge. Super duper huge. And there's a cat crossing the street. We slow down for cats, y'all. Passing Gratz Street. We're at 19th Street. We're in the Nicetown hood, but we're gonna see the sign in, I would say, a few minutes, like 2-3 minutes. We're right around the corner from it. Passing Uber Street, or someone told me to pronounce it Uber. They said, Tune, we don't pronounce it Uber Street like the ride, but we pronounce it Uber. They say the word U. I'm sorry, bro. I'm always gonna say Uber Street, because when I first discovered that street, I said, ooh, look at Uber Street. It's spelled identically the same way, so why not say Uber Street? Traffic flying, y'all. Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to find a nice point of entrance, but I think we got it, y'all. Yeah, so it's called Uber. But for the sake of the YouTube channel Tune 215, we'll call it Uber. Well, Windrum Ave, passing 20th Street. Now the signs on my, whoa, this vehicle on my right, a little Ford Escape. Sheesh, you came up fast, buddy. Thought you wasn't gonna press the brake. We was about to have a whole live crash collision course on camera. And then I was gonna have to call that number that's on that billboard right up there. Demand Rand Spear, the accident lawyer. Say, no, I would not demand him. I'm gonna represent myself. Man, I'm better off having Jersey represent me than having him represent me. I tried many, many years ago when I was a youngster. He did not do well. Yo. Alright, so we're passing Wingahaken, but I'm gonna make this right. Make this right because I want y'all to see the sign. The sign's on my right hand side, but we gotta come down. So we gotta make a right, then we gotta do some whole like U-turn or something of that nature. We're on Germantown Ave. The sign's on my right hand side, right here at this corner. But y'all not gonna be able to see it until, yeah, it says it right here on my right. Ah, y'all can't see it. I gotta go around. It says Nicetown. So I'm gonna go straight. We're next to the Canoco gas station. Regular gas is selling for $3.45 a gallon. We're passing Berkeley and we're traveling northbound on Germantown Ave. I'm gonna take advantage right here. There's no cars behind me, and guess what I'm gonna do? Tune's gonna bust a U-turn! U-turn, Tune! Quickly, Tune, quickly, Tune, quickly! Alright, cool. Just bust a U-turn. Passing Berkeley. On my left-hand side, you guys will see a sign that says Nicetown. You see it on the wall? Nicetown. Boom. I did a walking tour of this neighborhood. If you're not familiar with the channel, I did a walk through it. So if you want to check that out, it's a lot slower walk. I don't cover as much because I'm on foot, you know. It's still an hour tour. But sometimes I like vehicle because I can cover more square mile. We're on Windrum Ave, Germantown and Windrum Ave. So I can make a left here. I can make a right. I can go straight. I have so many options, so many places to do activities. Right in front of us, there's signs that read Nicetown on my left and on my right. Those silver plaques that are on those two buildings, the one on the left and on my right, they both read Nicetown. The dude right here on my right just went all the way through that light while staring down at his phone. Gonna make this left-hand turn here. Nicetown Court 2 on my right. Probably like some sort of apartments. Oh, it sounds like this block popping. They're double parked out here chilling. You hear the music? They got the banger outside. They said brr, 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 brr. Yo, my man was doing the bird call. Put some respect on his bird call. Alright, I'm gonna make a right again. Then I'll make another right. And then we'll come down. Let's make this right over here. Boom. Right turn. There you go. There's kids running in the street, and it's so dark out here that they just ran straight into the street. So yeah, I'm gonna just cruise. I'm gonna be mindful. Does this female want to cross? You want to cross, man? You want to cross? I'm more than welcome to cross. Damn, y'all got all of those Wawa lemonades. Can I have one? Yo, can I have a lemonade? Them Wawa cups got wings. Yo, another boombox system. I swear, in the hood you find boombox systems everywhere. We're on Uber and Wingenhaken. I'm gonna cross the street. I'm gonna cross Wingenhaken. The houses, they have a classy 2-story porch. They don't look like the regular houses in North Philly with the 2 stories with the porches and everything. They had like the apex, the crowns were all designed, all interesting looking. Above us is Route 1, which is the Roosevelt Boulevard. That's what we're passing under. Passing Denny Street. Let me make this right-hand turn on Denny Street. I think one time I did a tour through here and somebody said, "Damn, Toon, you ain't show no love to Denny Street." We about to show some love to Denny Street. We on Denny Street. We got porches on my left. Now these on my left look a little bit more traditional. But then again, even the crowns have shingles, which isn't normal. Then the ones on my right, they're 3-story, or you could say 2.5 story, or 2-story with an attic. That's the thing about nighttime. You guys can't really see a lot, you know? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about Wayne Food Market. This is Wayne at, right? No, Wayne Food Market. Alright, they double parked right here. This Jersey vehicle about to get out the vehicle. Oh, what, you an Uber driver, bro? He got the cool hat. Oh yeah, he's delivering food. I feel you, old head. It's cool. You gotta make your bread, but don't leave your door open, bro. How can you trust me? I could like have my dog in the back, Jersey, go over there, jump in the driver's seat, be out, and we gone. And we got a Kia for the chop shop. Say no. Do people even chop up Kias? I don't think so, right? They don't chop up Kias or Hondas. But if that was like a Benz or something, jump in that John, be out, take it to the chop shop, make a couple racks. I was watching a segment like last year or something. Look at that classic car right there in front of us. Wow, what's that, like an old Thunderbird or something? On my left, you see it? It's oddly shaped. It's a coupe. So yeah, I was watching a segment and they were talking about how people take cars and sell them. You can take them to the chop shop. You know, you'll make a quick, $2, $3, $4, $5 grand, depends on what the vehicle is. To make this left on Rowan Street, because they'll chop it up and they'll use the parts to sell or for other cars, right? Let's make this left on the 2000 block of West Rowan Street, and then, or you can take the car like this one on my right. You see that Benz? So you'll take that, right? The car probably retails 70, 80, 90 G's. I don't know how much those things are going for. But anyway, and then you can use it for parts, chop it up to 3, 4, 5 grand for parts, or take it to the shipping container, the shipping yard, and they'll ship that same vehicle to, like, let's say they might take it to Saudi Arabia, or they might take it to, I don't know, Africa, or they might take it to, South Africa, or they might take it to, like, I don't know, somewhere on the other side of the globe. And then, or even Asia probably, they'll switch the VINs or do something, some trickery, but you can get paid 13, 14, 15 G's off of a dirty car. Now, to somebody who makes that money like nothing, the 13 grand, 14 grand doesn't sound like much. But to somebody from the hood, making a quick 14 grand just because I jumped in the hot seat of the car, dropped it off 30 minutes later, give me 14 grand, that's a payday. And you do that several times a month, what? But you know, it's a bad ethic. It's bad. You know, shoddy morals to be stealing and to be selling the car at the chop shop. But this was in like, what was it, in like Florida or like New York or something? I think it was in Florida. It was a segment that I was watching like a year and a half ago. We got Nicetown Park on my left hand side. It says welcomes you to Nicetown Park. Nicetown Community Development Corp welcomes you to Nicetown Park. This business on my right was where they did that shootout at nighttime during one of the events. Brain Freeze on my right. Hot Pot Cuisine on my right. Limitless on my left. Passing St. Paul Street. We're going to make this left on Bristol. We got Bruner Street on my right. But I'm going to make this left on Bristol. $1,700 block of Bristol. I'm gonna have to take it. Now coming up over here, shout out to the whole crew from over here, all the homies. One day I was walking through here doing a walking tour, and they explained to me the struggle living out here, and you know, they lost their homie. The one dude got shot out here, and he's on one of my tours. And he got shot right there where that group's standing at, and he's still out and about, you know. So, you know, this is 16th, I think 16th and Bristol. OG. Yeah. Seemed like a bunch of good dudes, man. Just stuck in a trap, you know. That's why they call this the trap. You stuck in a cycle where it's rough. We're on 16th from Bristol. Everybody want to make it out, but not everybody's able to. Alright, so we're gonna cross. I'm doing Elisa. Mini market on my left. See, they were still out there hanging out on the corner despite their homie being shot on that same corner. Passing sided in hand. You know, this is the hood that they were raised at, and they were, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're not just gonna walk away that easy. Let's make this right on hit. No, we can't, both streets. The one on my right comes to my left, the one on my left comes to my right. It leaves us here. So we gotta make this left on 15th Street. Let's make this left right here on the 4300 block of 15th. There's a bunch of other stories just like that of young brothers that are stuck in the hood, or they're stuck in like generational problems like beef and whatnot. I was watching a segment where they were discussing the Grace Ferry beef and how a lot of shootings that happen in Grace Ferry. This vehicle behind me pulled up mighty quick. I'm about to just let them go because they pulled up mighty quick. They had their lights off too. They didn't turn them on till last minute. Let's make this. Oh, we can't on Carlisle. Shucks. All right, we're back on Broad Street. It's cool. We'll continue to talk. So they were talking about we got Rent Center on my right hand side. We're gonna make this right on Broad Street. We're gonna travel southbound on Broad Street. We're facing eastbound. Behind us is westbound. On my left is northbound. We're next to Route 611. But the segment was talking about how a lot of the shootings that happened, and that happened this year, last year, and the year before, I literally seen a lot of these headlines. I just didn't know the drama that was connected to it. But a lot of it had to do with social network beef, or people dissing people's loved ones who passed away, or people who were, let's say, killed 8-9 years ago. The next generation makes a rap diss about them. Then his homies come shoot somebody from that crew. Then that crew that just shot them, then they make a diss and they make a song, they put them in it, then somebody from the other person's crew comes and shoots them and kills them, and it was just going back and forth 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year. You got these people dying, they ended up all on the news. You hear about these shootings, scattered bullets here, 50 shots there, 60 shots there. You don't know what happens because the news doesn't talk about the details about why the beef happened, but you find out that like it's like generational beef. It's like stuff that you know, in Grace Ferry, you got 28th Street beefing with 31st Street. We're passing Bristol. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on what seems to be it can't be Roosevelt Boulevard. Roosevelt Boulevard is on my left. This is Hunting Park? No, maybe. Anyway, we gonna keep going straight and then we're gonna make it right. But yeah, this is Hunting Park, you see? A little rusty tune, but how can you be rusty? You do this every day, man. Let's make this right-hand turn on the 4200 block of 15th Street. And then I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on Ruffner Street. What a name. You got Frank's Place on my left-hand side. It's a bar too. And you got Nicetown Detailing on my right-hand side. But anyway, yeah, so you got 28th Street beefing with 31st Street, right? And you got a bunch of young kids from every generation growing up to be young adults. And some people say it's influenced by the drill music from Chicago. There's a lot of people that say that the beef been there. You know, Philly been shooting and killing people since, not Philly itself, like the city itself doesn't shoot and kill people. I really want to go that way though. That's a one way. But I really want to go that way. I really want to go that way. Do they mind? Do they mind if I go that way? What are y'all up to? Can I go? I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go that way. Because it's gonna take us right back to Broad Street. I wasn't really trying to go right back to Broad Street. I'd rather go to Germantown. You know, Germantown's gonna keep us where I want to be at. But let's make this left right here on Downton. So yeah, man. So you got these dudes that they're all young, they all got potential. I heard some of the music and your ear gotta kind of get trained. My ear, at least, has to kind of get trained to listen to it. But after hearing 15, 20 of the different Philly artists with their own flows and their own, you know, pretty much diss tracks, and they drop like a lot of them was like self-snitching. A lot of them was like telling the crime that they did in the song, which didn't make sense to me. Like, my man ran up on you in the chinos and your face looked sick, and they ran up in your pockets and took all your shit. Like, what? Like, bro. And then if they find out that the dude got killed at the chinos 2 weeks ago and they ran up in his pockets and took all his shit, bro, you gonna get indicted. And you know, the other one, we got you while you was washing clothes, and we got you in the laundromat. And I'm like, bro. And then the craziest part is I shot a music video for Bino. Shout out to Bino. I shot a music video for him. He made a song, you know, about, you know, anti-violence, you know, stop the murder, stop the beef and all that, right? So I ended up using a lot of B-roll footage from crimes. Unknowingly, I used a lot of these people who ended up getting, for example, like that laundromat scene. I used the B-roll of that clip for one of the shots in my music video on Beyond the Sky Media YouTube. And I didn't know that it was related to some of that drama. You know, and it's sad, yo. Like, on one note, let's make this left on green. On one note, I understand people can be emotionally hurt when you talk about somebody's loved one. Especially if it's somebody you grew up with, one of your best friends, one of your family members. Like, on one of the cases, I think the dude's aunt got shot. Passing starved. Like, they out there trying to get blood from the other person, from what they call the op. They trying to get blood from the op's family. Like, no matter who it is, like, if you part of that squad, we're gonna get one of your people. And they were showing pictures of, like, you know, when they were all together, it's like, these two are gone. Then in this picture, these three are gone. Then in this picture, like, what? Bro! Like, you got 3 missing here, 2 missing here, 1 missing here. You know, and in one of the cases, I think it all started from, like, one of the young homies. I think Lil Newski, I think, rest in peace, homie. But I think he was one of the ones that went first, and then all his homies rode for him. They started taking people out that was yapping about him, talking about him. But then vice versa happened. When they was taking people out, people was taking their people out. And for the last several years, and the police have been we're gonna make this left once again. And the police have been documenting it all. The police have files on this beef and on why it started and this and that and what. So when you go to Grace Ferry, one day I did a Grace Ferry video and the female said, "This neighborhood isn't bad. I live here. It's a beautiful, wonderful neighborhood." I understand, ma'am. You might have a beautiful house. Your neighbors might be beautiful, but you can't say that there aren't high crime stats and or this situation going on. And this situation is going on in Grace Ferry, the Grace Ferry hood, which is sad, you know, because people are losing kids. You know, when you take somebody out, you're taking out somebody's child, somebody's brother, somebody's son, somebody's father. Maybe them young brothers that passed away probably had kids. You know what I mean? Oh, the one case where we got dirt bike on my left. That's Pupo, King of 95's brother. That's Lil Alex. Let's make this right. That was Lil Alex, Puerto Rican, riding on a 150R through Nicetown by himself. Dolo. He Willie Sharp. He be with J. Rahar and yeah. But anyway, so it's tough. Like that one segment that I used of the laundromat scene, I didn't know that the young gentleman that lost his life in the laundromat footage, his 2 kids were inside the laundromat with him. So these 3 or 4 guys went in, they pretty much assassinated him, took his life. In the footage that you see, let's make this left right here on Germantown Ave. The dude walks behind him, clicks, click, 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 has the gun to the back of his head. Click, 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 right? Let's make this left on Bruner because we already went right on Bristol. He clicks like 4 or 5 times. The dude's still putting money in the change machine. How does he not hear click, 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 right? In the freaking CCTV footage, you see him cock it back, meaning load it, and then he just dumps the one casing that takes him out. The body drops, and it's heartbreaking, yo. It's bone chilling, and they bounce. And I don't know how these young brothers do it nowadays. I mean, I don't know how you ever would have did it to just take a life and just casually hang out on the block the next day. I mean, I think that upstairs, what they say, you know how they say, you on demon time? You on demon time, bro. Well, I think that upstairs demon energy, you know, demonology or whatever you want to call it. Somebody passed away here too, right here next to this mini market. Oh, that little kid's crying. She was screaming at him. But yeah, so it's sad, yo. You know, and then like I said, you got these kids that they be out in the street looking for trouble. They be out like waiting. They be with no hesitation. They got the extendos. They got the semi-autos. They got the auto, you know, clip in the back that turns a regular handgun into pretty much like an Uzi with a banana clip, 50 in the clip, and they're ready to do damage. It's like last night. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna put you on some top secret news that wasn't even aired on the news, and this was not aired on Citizens app. So I'm giving y'all exclusive news right here on Tune 215. So you remember how I told y'all that I'm from the Kensington hood? So last night, like I would say 1 in the morning, my dog Jersey, of course, gangster Jersey, hears noise from like 2-3 yards away. She immediately hears noise. Now, mind you, she's in the building with us, but she got like super duper spidey senses. She hears noise. She makes, growling noises. So she wakes my wife up. My wife kind of figured that she might have to use the bathroom. You know, I guess at the time I was a little bit more of a heavy sleeper. So she gets up. She lets her out like she normally would to let her use the bathroom. The dog starts barking. Jersey barks. Goes crazy barking. So that wakes me up, and I could kind of sense the presence when they're not around me anymore because they both sleep with me, you know, my wife and Jersey. Let's make this right on Bristol. So I'm automatically up, my eyes open, but I'm like listening to like the ambience, and I hear Jersey going crazy. So my wife comes back in and says, there's police all in the yard, they're all in the alley, they're flashing lights everywhere. And I'm like, what? What happened? And she's like, I don't know. I asked what happened, and they telling me nothing. But there's tons of cop cars in the middle of the street, and there's police in our alley flashing lights everywhere, pretty much right behind our residence. So I'm like, okay, we're next to Edward Steele Public School. I'm gonna make this left right here, and this is Wayne Avenue. We're on the 4300 block traveling northbound on Wayne Avenue. So let's make this left on Dalkeith. We got some young women right here sitting outside. Wow, y'all peep game. They had the newborn and like a little carrier sitting on the step while they were drinking. The baby about that nightlife in Nicetown. But that's dangerous, because if somebody drives through, recklessly shooting, the baby be caught in the crossfire. God forbid. There was this 1-year-old that got shot like a week and a half ago. Got shot. There was another lady in Chicago. Her newborn got shot in the head. She survived. She moved out of Chicago. This literally just happened a couple days ago. So anyway, so my wife, told me that. So I got up. I threw on my shoes and everything, my pants. I went outside like a cave boy wearing no shirt. I went and I looked, and I ain't see nothing. I saw the cops a little bit, but they backed up, so they moved up the block. So I'm like, all right, cool. So let's watch to see what happens from here. It seemed like they were still investigating just up the block in an alley. So I'm concerned because it's like 2 a.m. Y'all damn near behind my property. Let me see what happens. So I said, all right, well, let's go out and let's go check. So I walk up to the cops. There was like 5-6 cop cars. It's me and my wife. I'm dolo pretty much with no shirt. And I'm gonna make this right, and then we're gonna make another right. So I'm pretty much doing like a dummy move because it's damn near 2 in the morning. I'm gonna make this right on Rowan, 2000 block of Rowan. And we walk straight to the corner where all the cops are at. They're still looking around with their lights. And then they're all sitting next to their cop car. And I go up and I'm like, is everything all right, guys? And they're like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm like, because my wife told me that you were in our alley. And they're like, no, everything's fine. And I'm like, all right, well, have a good night. And they're like, have a good night. Now I think they told me have a good night. And I'm like, all right, have a good night too, whatever, right? We're on Rowan and Wayne Ave. So they didn't want to tell us nothing. She asked when she was in the yard, she said they flashed a light in her face. That's how close they were. She saw them high up on the fence and everything. So they didn't tell us. Then I'm like, well, check your Citizens app, because usually her Citizens app gives it a down low on things that are happening. Let's check the news. Nothing, no information. But it was obvious that they were looking for someone, because they're not just gonna be flashing lights and hopping fences for their health. So today, daytime, I go to work on my folk Monte Carlo, 1987 Monte Carlo. There's a bunch of kittens out there. Oh, snap. I go to work on my folks Monte Carlo, my Pop Dukes Monte Carlo, 1987. I'm doing the body work on it so we can paint it. And the cops immediately come by early in the day. They're circling the block. I'm like, okay, this is a no regular incident, because y'all not going to prolong it from 1, 2 in the morning to now the next day. You guys are not coming by in daytime. So they went around once, they went around, came around again, slowly creeping, stop, checking the alley, come around this way, check the alley near us. So the cop comes out and he starts looking towards us, and he comes up to us and he asks us, is this your property here? So we, I pretty much, told them the boundary lines to my property, and they said the property they were interested in wasn't my property. So they pretty much asked, I'm gonna go straight a block and then I'm gonna make a left. We're passing Bristol. We're on Germantown Ave. I'm traveling southbound on Germantown Ave. I'm gonna make this left right here. So they asked me about the property. Boom. So that wasn't my property. Cool. So I asked them, like, is everything all right, officer? Because you guys came to my alley last night, 1, 2 in the morning. He said, yeah, buddy. So here's the story. And I'm like, could you let me know what happened? Because we out of the limbo, we out of the loop. So he said, we're on 17th and Juniata Street. We're gonna keep going straight. So he said that last night at our local Wawa, which would probably be like 5 minutes away from where I'm at. Hold on, we got a lot of ambience out here. Got a bunch of kids out, everybody chilling. So even though it's considered a dangerous neighborhood, you got a lot of people just hanging out because it ain't dangerous for the people that are living here. And as long as you ain't got no beef and you ain't got no problems and no drama, you ain't making no problems, 99% of the time, you in good shape. You ain't got to really worry about nothing. Don't start no problems, there won't be no problems. That's how it works in Philly. But, so the cop tells us that at the local Wawa, there was 4 young teens that were in a vehicle already. They jumped into another vehicle, stole this woman's vehicle. When she went inside to get gas, she left her car on. She had a firearm in the vehicle. They jumped in her vehicle. I guess 2 were in one car, 2 were in the other car. They took off in her car. Then they went on a little chase. The police chased them. They drove that vehicle around the corner from my house. They ended up getting out the vehicle, running on foot. The cops chased them. The cops supposedly saw them running to the back of our property, and it cut through the alley. So that's why they were checking through the alley. The story is they caught one of them. They caught the driver. Let's make this left on 15th Street. They were all like 15 or so from what they were saying. They were teens. Making this left on the 4300 block of 15th Street. They caught the driver. The driver, both vehicles were stolen. They said the other vehicle was just recently stolen from like 22nd and they say Susquehanna? Pretty much another 10, 15 minutes away. One vehicle was stolen. This is Rowan, right? I'm gonna make this left on Rowan. So the first vehicle was stolen. They caught the driver. The other 3 youngins got away and they were looking for the gun. The police were looking for the gun. So the police, the reason why they were flashing the lights through the alleys and looking over yards and stuff and hopping the fence, because they wanted to see if some of the youngins were hiding, you know, tucking away in people's backyards, and B, did they toss the firearm? So when the cop came by today, he said that he walked to the alley and he didn't see no firearm and he can't really tell, blah, 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 blah. And he said that he don't know that he just put on to the case. And I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. First things first, the 3 that got away, one of them got the gun. I'm sure that they didn't toss it. I'm sure that they didn't toss it. Like, so one of them got the gun. And then you got another stolen illegal gun on the street. Let's make this right on St. Paul. One of them got caught. The other 3 are free. There was 2 stolen vehicles. All of this, and they didn't tell us nothing last night. What if that would have been important, essential information for us to know? What if those youngsters were out for blood, you know, and they were out, you know, up to no good, you know what I mean? Or for God forbid, try to run into somebody in old folks' house on the block and they have a firearm, and you know what I mean? Like they try to, you know, do something that they shouldn't have been doing. You understand? So the cops didn't want to tell us nothing. Luckily, this cop today gave me some information, and I'm like, thanks for letting me know. You know what I mean? Like, but I ain't seen no gun, and I don't know who you talking about, so I don't know about the people. But thanks for letting me know about the information. But that goes to show you that they didn't put that on the news, and that wasn't on the Citizens Act. She got her car back, thankfully, but the gun's gone, and 3 of the young teens are gone. So that's how the cookie crumbles. Let's make this left on the 1700 block of St. Paul. So that's how the cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? That just happened. That's recent. That's a true story, and that just happened. And you know, it could have been worse. Like I said, thanks to Jersey. Jersey has super duper spidey senses. She's on point with it. She heard it. She woke us up, which is awesome. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I told my wife, like, I'm glad that I knew that it was police. Like, you told me it was police, because I was gonna go outside with the whammy and like lock and load it. Like, hold on, like, what's up with Jersey? Jersey doing a little extra barking. Let me see who she barking at. But then I would have got caught up. And there were like a couple police out there. They were like, sir, drop the weapon, drop the firearm. I'm like, no. But yeah, so that could have been a lot worse situation. Those kids could have gotten into an accident. They could have wrecked. They could have shot back at the officers. You know, so many different things could have happened. And I think those police should have been more responsible to at least let us know there was a Grand Theft Auto. There's some young teens that could potentially be inside your yards. Boom. That would have helped us know to, like, you know, check the place thoroughly at night. You know what I mean? What if there was kids hiding on to the morning hours and just left or something? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. But either way, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Passing Dalkeith. We're not gonna go up Dalkeith because that's a little dead end. We're gonna go up another block. But you know, youngsters do stuff like that. They'll take a stolen car to do a crime in another car, so there's no connection to them. They'll get a stolen gun to do a crime because there's no connection to them with the gun. And you know, sucks. Somebody ends up losing a life, blood gets shed for something petty. Nowadays, I be thinking twice about them GTA simulations, those casino heists and all those heists that we be training for. Steal this car and go take a picture here and go steal these weapons and then go here and do the heist. Like, we pretty much teaching our teens, our youth, to go out, you know, in a simulation to go out and do this crime. They mentally prepare doing the crime a couple hundred times at home via PS5, via Xbox One. And then when the time goes right, if they get enough intoxication in them and they're hungry enough and they desire the materialistic item enough, they out and about and they go run and do what they gotta do. And before you know it, it's too late. Somebody loses their life. They're on the news with a funny looking mugshot, and if somebody snitching on somebody or they all stay shut, nobody tells on nobody else, and they all do 10, 15 years or something. You know what I mean? So with that situation last night, we're on Windrum Ave. I'm gonna make this right on Wingahocken. With that situation last night, that one that got caught's definitely going down. He got caught, so he going down. Now they probably gonna press him. They probably gonna press him and say, look, we can give you less time if you tell us where your buddies are at. You know what I mean? And it's up to him to uphold the honor code of the streets, the G code, or if he ends up, yeah, we got the law. This is the law up here. Yeah, we're passing Uber Street and Wingahocken. We got the law right here. Every time I come through here, the law's right here on my right-hand side. I did a walking tour through here like 2-3 months ago, and the cops were right here. The same exact spot parked on my right-hand side. We're on 19th and Wingahocken. We got Mora Mini Market on my left-hand side. Yeah, so... But like what I was learning via the situation with the Grace Ferry shootings and all of that a lot of the crimes, they're not random. Although there are some random casualties and innocent people that get caught in the crossfire. Like there was this one situation where this middle schooler got caught in the backyard in a barbecue cookout. He ended up getting shot, which is very unfortunate. It's a sad story. Yeah, Peralta Grocery on my right. In a lot of the cases, we had another cop on my right, y'all, passing Bouvier Street. Now these cops are stationed here to, you know, quote unquote, to keep peace in the neighborhood. I was gonna go left, but let's go straight so y'all can see this cop right here. Well, 17th and Wingahocken. Now when they're on corners like that, they're usually on troubled corners, problematic corners, corners with recent killings, corners with high crime rates. It's supposed to be like a deterrence, but you know, in some cases there'll be a cop right there, there'll be a shooting around the corner. You'll hear duk 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 duk. The cops will get to it a lot faster, but it's not going to prevent the person who's up to no good from doing what they're going to do. We're passing the 75 bus stop. We got Greater St. Matthew Baptist Church on my right hand side, 16th and Wingahocken. Let's make this left right here on Mole Street. Yeah, so a lot of those crimes that was happening, they were targeted. They weren't random, they were targeted. Like I said, there'll be a couple casualties. You know, they'll dump a whole clip or two, 20, 30, 40s, in one case 70 rounds. You know, 15, 20 rounds hit the person, but the other bullets, they ain't got no name. So they'll hit walls, they'll hit cars, they'll hit windshields, and in some cases, they'll hit men, women, children, babies, kids, and all of that. But we got this new generation. They're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and so on. They're heartless. They're cold-hearted, y'all. They're really cold-hearted. They don't have any empathy for their fellow human being. Sad enough to say, some of them are under the influence, which could affect their empathy. You know, if you're high all the time, or you're zooted on pills, perks, on lean, on syrup, you know, smoking weed all the time, you're gonna be in a cloud. You're gonna be in an abyss, and you're not gonna realize what you did. Let's make this left right here on Smedley. You're not gonna realize what you did or what they did. We got an old patrol car on my right. It said 911. Wow, you saw that Durango? You're not gonna realize what you did until you're sitting in the cell. You're dolo. Nobody comes visit you. Dolo means solo. When you're by yourself, nobody comes visit you. Nobody puts money in your books. You lose your girl. Your friend's doing your girl. You know, you get 25 to life, and boom. A few years in, you realize, crap. What did I do? You know? It sucks because we need the OGs to stand up. We need the ones of age to guide the youngins. We need the 30-year-olds to guide the 20-year-olds. We need the 20-year-olds to guide the 14, 15-year-olds. We need every generation to guide the last generation. You know, be a leader, you know? Let's make this right on Bancroft. The thing is we don't got enough leaders. We got a lot of followers. Got a lot of followers. A lot of people would rather shoot it out than talk it out, you know? There was always guns. Guns been around for the last, what, couple hundred years. Since the Pilgrim days, there was guns out. But they wasn't just shooting for no apparent reason. Then again, I can't say because I wasn't around in the Pilgrim days. But I would like to believe they wasn't just shooting for no apparent reason. But like in, for example, the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, there was guns around. But to my knowledge, I wasn't around at those times, but I heard that people used to fight, that people used to rumble, that people, you know, if you had a problem, you would beef, you would roll on somebody, or you would hit them with bats, sticks, or chains, or you'll take a knife and shank them. Like, that's still not good, but it's better than shooting someone. Let's make this left right here on 17th Street, or 17th and Blavis. Now, Toon doesn't condone shanking anyone. So don't go stabbing someone and saying, Toon said it's better than shooting you. But seriously, yo, you know, I'm trying to make light out of a dark situation. I'm not the brightest light bulb in the box, but, you know, I'm a rusty now. We're on 17th and Cayuga. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn right here. We got Route 1 next to us, which takes you to Interstate 76. We got speed bumps right here. So sometimes, you know, you all right. You okay walking in the street at night in Philly. As long as you ain't got no ops, you ain't got no beef, you ain't on social networking. If you ain't on social networking, you're doing a favor for yourself. If you don't be in no drama, you don't be in no parties, you don't be in no mix, you're doing a favor for yourself. You can stay safe. You can live in a city that's full of drama, full of violence, and be all right. Now, there will be the rare occasion where people out driving around trying to hit a lick, meaning they're trying to get some money, they're trying to come up. That literally just happened like a week ago, too. We're on 18th and Cayuga. Like a week and a half ago, there was this young guy, I think he was 19, and he was robbed and killed. I don't know why they killed him. Like, it's one thing to rob somebody. We're passing the 4400 block of Cleveland. He was shot once in the chest, and they killed him. Like, you know, how it turned from a robbery to a homicide. We're making this right. I think it's Gratz. Why we got a painting on my right that says Nicetown. But you know, how it go from a robbery to a homicide. Like, and even if he resisted, you know, shoot him in the leg, shoot him in the thigh. I mean, you could die from being shot in the leg. If they hit an artery and that artery squirts, and you don't make it to the hospital in time, you die from a leg shot. You know what I mean? There's some people that can live. I know people who live 9 shots, 10 shots. I know someone who got shot in the head and he lived. Yet my best friend, my lifelong friend, got shot, what, twice in the chest? And he passed away. So, you know, everybody, I guess everybody's pain tolerance and everybody's pain threshold is different. But, you know, it just sucks that right now guns is basically the peer mediator. You know, remember back in school we had peer mediators? We had something called peer mediation. Look right there in front of us, on the wall. There's a mural. A young brother with a K on his jersey, and he's painted up on the wall with white birds around him. You know why? Because he's no longer with us. He had a brother, he had sisters, he had friends, he had family, he had a mom, he had a father, he had grandparents, he had uncles, he had aunts. And the only way that they can remember him now is through memories and through that mural that's on the wall. let's make this left right here on Grat Street. It's tough. You know, that hits close to home because I lost a lot of people. Not just my homie Walt, but a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of cousins, a lot of people that I knew of in Philly. Like Philly is a big city. We got 100+ neighborhoods all over, all 4 or 5 corners of the city or whatever. But when you get to know a face for the last 10, 15 years, you get to know a face. There's been plenty of people that I didn't even know personally, but I knew of. And I seen them for years. Boom, one day, yo, you heard this dude died? Damn, did he just die? Like, why? How? What was the reason? There's a difference from beef shootings to robbery shootings to accidental shootings to there's several, it's sad enough to say you can die from a gun, but there's several reasons you can die from that gun. The unintentional one, you just got caught by a stray bullet. Let's make this left on 19th Street. The one where you were in a robbery, you didn't cooperate, you made the wrong move, the dude had an itchy trigger finger and popped you. The one where it's a cold out hit, where somebody put money on your head, or the one where the dude was hating and the dude just did it on his own. There's so many ways, and it's tough, man. It's tough. And this is just Philadelphia's story. I know Chicago's going through it. I think Detroit's going through it. Camden been going through it. We got the cop on my right hand side. You got, LA, different parts of LA going through it. You see the difference with LA's shooting versus our shootings over here? To my knowledge, a lot of LA shootings are gang related, set related. Different squads over here will equal different sets over there. Over here, you got different, we don't really have like gangs, like colors and all that. Like you might have a little group that says we, like, for example, there's a squad called Zoo Gang, or you know what I mean? You might have different, groups and posses and different cliques, but over here there ain't no such thing as crossing boundaries. You in the wrong turf, you wearing the wrong colors, this, that, and the third. Over here it's just regular, like G beef, just like it's just G stuff. Over there in Cali, to my knowledge, it's a lot of gang related violence. The reds versus the blues, then you got the yellows, then you got who knows how many other gangs, because I'm not fully. There's a lot of boots in this neighborhood. You see that boot on my left? I just passed like several boots. But there's a lot of violence over there that's related to gang colors. And when I was over there, when I just did some tours over there, I saw, I think, 1 mural or 2 murals. But surprisingly, I didn't really see too many gangs out. Surprisingly, I did see some people rep colors. I was like in a line spot. I was at line on this one food spot, and I saw this dude rocking all blue, royal blue, like Crip blue. And then like 5 minutes later, he leaves, and then somebody rocking all red comes up. And like, okay, wow, that's interesting, quite interesting, quite intriguing. Like that Jones crazy. But over here, like, it ain't like that. But there's other parts of the nation that I don't know of, and I'm sure different parts of the world, because like gun violence even runs rampant in other countries, or like Dominican Republic, or in Puerto Rico, or in Brazil, or in Costa Rica, or in Colombia, or in Cuba, or in Venezuela, or in there's all these different spots where especially like the people from the islands, they don't walk around with regular guns. They walk around with AKs, with M16s, with Uzis, with Dracos, with we're driving, we just passed Bristol, we're driving southbound on Germantown Ave. They driving with heavy artillery. Like one of my homies just came back from Puerto Rico not too long ago, and he told me, let's make this left on Staub. And he told me, he said that he went down to this part of Puerto Rico where you're not allowed to record. They actually just killed a YouTuber down there because they specifically told him don't pull out his camera, and I think he put out his camera anyway, and they killed him. in Puerto Rico. So my homie just came back from there, and he was telling me that he went down there, that he got homies over there. So his homie took him down there, and they specifically told him to, don't pull out your phone. Whatever you do, don't pull out your phone. Just forget that you have a phone. You can chill with us, you know, it's like the little barrio down there. You can chill, it's cool and all that, but do not record. He said, no problem. He said when he went down there was dudes standing around like military people with giant AKs, with assault rifles, right in front of the clubs, right in front of the bars. Like, it was lawless. But if you break the rules, what are they gonna do? Shoot you. So, I mean, the gun could have been the greatest creation of mankind, or it could have been the demise of mankind. It definitely I would say, how can I phrase this? It definitely we help lessen our numbers. We depopulate ourselves. We as a human race. Let's make this left one rough now. That's sad. We as a human race take ourselves out via firearm. Let's make this left on the 4200 block of Hicks. Yeah. And you know, and the thing is that a lot of this beef that's happening here in Philly, rest in peace, on my left hand side there was another mural, a little memorial, some tags and all that. And a lot of that stuff could be handled with a conversation, squashing it. You know what I mean? Squashing it. If you really have that much anger, the thing that I always thought of, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like if you have a real hatred towards someone, genuine hatred, killing them is the easy way out, and you're risking yourself. Killing them is the easy way out because they only suffer once and never again. That's it. They're done for all eternity. And then you end up potentially getting caught and doing a sentence for it, right? When you can whoop their ass every single day for the next 4 years straight until you get tired and until the hate that you feel in your blood disappears, and you can still walk away from it. Y'all can both walk away, and years later you'll realize, man, that was a waste of time. But you still got it in. And you ain't got to worry about losing your freedom. The ripple effect is real, guys. You know, when you drop that pebble in the water, that ripple goes on, even if you don't see it no more. That ripple's going to continue going on. The ripple's going to continue going on. The ripple's going to continue going on. When you shoot one person and you take that person off this earth, multiple generations feel that loss. Multiple. Let's make this left on Carlisle Street. For example, I have a cousin. One of my uncles passed away. Rest in peace, Angel. His son, his only son, Little Angel, which now he's a YouTuber, Angel Chavo. I think my cousin like 28 right now. He lost his mom and his pop when he was 5. His pop passed away. He was killed. And when he was 6, his mom passed away. He lost both his parents. That's going to affect generation after generation after generation. The first one that affected was him. Because even though he's strong enough to walk around like a man right now, he did a lot of things for himself, and I'm proud of him. It's going to affect him. And it's been affecting him his whole life. Even though he sugarcoats it, and, you know, when birthdays come around and when Mother's Day comes around, when Father's Day come around, when the holidays come around, I know it hits him. But imagine when he has a kid or he has a daughter, and then his kid or his daughter doesn't have grandpa. Hey, Dad, where's your dad? And so on. And that kid gets raised knowing that his grandfather got killed, and so on and so on and so on. It's a ripple effect, y'all. They don't put people like me up to the masses to preach this, because a lot of young ears don't want to hear it. I sound like a grandpa figure, even though I'm only 33 years young. The wisdom that I'm trying to kick is useless to a lot of these young folk, because I seem like a cornball. But then even the ones that do take it into consideration, at a lot of their periods of their life, it'd be too late. Mistakes have already been made, or they're already in too deep. We just left Nicetown, y'all. We just left Nicetown, and as you guys saw, it was nice ambience. It was a nice neighborhood. But based on crime stats, remember, we understand that crime stats is different from what we visually see. Nicetown may not always be so nice. It's kind of like an oxymoron, right? So please excuse my rant. I kind of went on. I went a little overboard there, but this is the end of our tour. We reached our 1 hour mark. You guys know that I keep these tours to 1 hour. Please show some love in the comment section. Share your thoughts, share your knowledge, share your memories. Did you ever lose someone to gun violence? How many people did you lose to gun violence? I lost over 12 people to gun violence. Please share this video with a friend. Sharing is caring. More people need to hear this. A video like this will not get as much circulation because of the message that I'm portraying or I'm trying to send out here. Only you guys can help this message reach, you know, a larger audience. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bell. We got a giveaway coming at 50,000 subscribers when Tune 215 reaches 50,000 subscribers and Tune Be Chillin' reaches 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna post the top secret giveaway link that allows you, the viewer, 1 week to enter the giveaway. 1 week later, after the giveaway link is dropped, I'm gonna do a live drawing. I'm gonna live stream and I'm gonna draw the name live and see who wins a brand new GoTrex e-scooter, free of charge. It's gonna get shipped to anybody who wins in the USA. It's only one scooter, so it's only one winner. If the winner's from the USA, it gets shipped to you for free of charge. If the winner is from out of the country, then they're gonna be contacted via email. They're gonna get an option to pay for the shipping and freight charges, because cargo's gonna cost a little bit more to ship it. For example, if they win and they're in Australia, or if they win and they're in London or in Europe or wherever, just an example. If they win, I'm gonna let them know how much it's gonna cost to ship it to them. If they wanna pay for shipping, then I'll ship it to them. They gotta pay for shipping. If they say, Tune, we won, but you know what, we're not gonna be able to pay for shipping, or Tune, I already got a scooter, you could just re-raffle it up again, then I'm gonna give them 3 days to respond to me. To my knowledge, I believe that was the rules. And then I'm gonna redraw again if they don't accept it, if they're from out of state. But if you're from the USA, you get it free of charge. All right, y'all? Show some love. This is your homeboy Tune, Mr. Tune Dollins, Tune Ski, Tunism, Bad Tune, Tune 1, Super Tune, Tunage. Tune got a charger behind him. Oh man, Tune Califragilistic Expialidocious. Y'all know Tune, right? Tune be chilling. Oh, he busted 360s. He wildin'. He wildin' right here on the main intersection of Venango and Broad Street. Listen to him. He too fast, too furious. All right, y'all. I'm tuning out.